when I started self-improvement, I had this perception that being enough as it is already and wanting to achieve things outside of yourself, money, physique, etc., whatever, I had the impression that those two things were contradictory. If you are enough already, why would you achieve external things? And if you want to achieve external things, does that not mean that you are just reinforcing to yourself that you aren't enough as it is? That this moment isn't enough, and that you're basically living for a future that will never arrive. I used to think these things were... All of these ideas used to seem contradictory to me, but the last puzzle piece has fallen into place in my mind, and I now know how to put these ideas together. And I want to share it because I now realize, looking back, how dysfunctional my approach towards self-improvement was. A lot of self-improvement gurus and people who have achieved highly in the outside world, who give other people advice, have really abusive relationships with themselves. Now just think about that for a second, right? I think the very common idea of having abusive or unhealthy relationships with other people makes sense to a lot of people instinctually, right? Like, you can be in a relationship with someone else and they can treat you badly. It's like, no shit, right? But you can be the exact same way towards yourself, and people seem to think that if you are doing this under the guise of trying to achieve some kind of external goal or some kind of enlightenment, then it's okay. It's like, it's fine to look at myself and call myself a pussy and a bitch and do all of this shit, right? Until I've scared myself enough, using my own identity, into doing whatever external thing it is that you're struggling to do, right? So if I'm about to take a cold shower, it's like, we look at it as, pretty normal to speak to yourself in a way where you sit down and you're like, if you don't get into the shower, you're a bitch. Stop being a bitch. Come on, you can do this. Don't be a pussy. You don't want to be like the Jeffries. Come on, don't be like them. Be different. Don't be a fucking normie, right? Do it. Just do it. Stop hesitating. Whatever, right? That kind of self-talk is something that people don't really see as out of the norm these days. But one of the biggest things I've realized is that if you use self-hate or anger or negativity or negative emotions in general, right, as something that pushes you towards self-improvement, you're gonna fuck yourself up in the long run, because one of the tenets of self-improvement is to improve your mental health. And as your mental health gets better, you have less anger, you have less self-hatred, you have less fuel left to continue using this strategy. And for the short term, I'll permiss it. If you're at the very beginning and you're just trying to figure out, how can I get up out of bed? how can I just manage to do anything, right? Take any sort of action, even if it doesn't make sense, even if it's not healthy. I just want it that fucking bad, right? If you're in the beginning and that's the only thing that you feel like you have that's working, then go for it, right? Use the anger, use the negative emotions. I'm gonna get in this cold shower because that kid who fucking threw me onto the ground in 11th grade, will pay someday or whatever the fuck, right? If you need that at the very beginning, do it. Because even something that's negative for you can still teach you things. And even if it's bad for your mental health, right, which undoubtedly I think it will be in the long run, especially, you still get to learn that yourself instead of just taking it from someone else's word like you would be doing right now from me. So go and do it yourself and find out, right? But I did that for a while, and by a while I mean roughly 2 years. And the problem is, in the beginning it worked really well. I forced myself to do stuff I was so terrified of doing, and it felt great in a way, right? Like in some way it was like, holy fuck, I haven't been able to take action for my whole life, and here I am finally taking action. Here I am finally doing XYZ, even though I'm shitting myself, even though I don't know if I can handle it much longer. Like, it just feels good to get something done, right? That's where I was at. That's what I was doing. I was like, I was conquering the fucking, like, what felt like the fear of death to go and talk to people. I literally felt like I was going to die if I walk up and talk to this person, this stranger in the gym or whatever. And I pushed through that, right? But now I've realized the reason I could do that is just because I was using my own identity as like a whip to like force myself to run towards an external goal that I thought was going to make me feel better. So it's like, if you don't go and talk to this person, right? If you don't take this action that's going to make you valid as a person, right? Like that feeling of sitting there and being like, oh, I'm not this, or I didn't manage to do that, right? That scared me literally more than anything else on the planet. And that's why I could use it as like a bludgeoning tool to force myself forward, right? But the problem is my self-improvement was going well in the other areas, right? In the meditating and the journaling, it's like I was releasing a lot of negative emotions. I was processing a lot of shit that had happened to me. And so I was slowly getting less angry. I was slowly starting to hate myself less. And the problem is, the strategy that I was using up until now was, I take all of this negative emotion that I don't want to feel and that I don't want to deal with, and I'm like, if you don't do this thing, all of this is right. If you don't want to, like, if you bitch out of this cold shower, every single kid who called you a pussy, every single kid who bullied you at school, every single teacher who thought you were a fucking moron was right. And that's what I would like push myself forward with. And again, for the time, when I was just starting, it did work, and it was the only thing that I found that worked. But the problem is, that takes fuel, right? The fuel is the negative emotion, and it is the pain, and it is all of that. But the more mentally healthy you become, the less of this you have to threaten yourself with, right? And what that's going to mean is that the better you do mentally, the worse your external productivity, you're going to feel less motivated, you're going to feel all of these things, right? And it's like, I thought I was doing well. Why is this not working anymore, right? And it's because your way of moving forward relies on your bad mental health. So the only way after you reach a certain point, right? Like after you get to the point where you just don't hate yourself enough to like constantly kind of hold all of this over your head and be like, if you don't cold shower, all of this is right. If you don't go on this run, all of this is right. If you don't fucking get in the gym now and ignore the injury that you have right now, your ex-girlfriend was correct for dumping you because you're fucking underweight or whatever, right? This runs out as you get better. As your mental health gets better, this fuel goes away. So you can't use this forever. You have to do something else, right? You have to find drive some way else, right? Because this will run out if you're succeeding. If you're actually succeeding, this goes away, right? That's what you want. You don't want to be perpetually angry. You don't want to be perpetually trying to prove yourself to other people. You don't want to be perpetually stuck with hatred and like fear as your only way to move forward as a person, because those things will run out if you're succeeding. And that's one of the biggest mind fucks that I came across, because for a long time I couldn't figure out, why is it in the first 6 months of my self-improvement journey I didn't miss a single cold shower, but now I haven't managed to do one in like 3 months. And it's like, well, the reason is because for those 6 months I was so terrified of all of this. I was so terrified of myself, my inner world, and who I was, that anything, any horrific fucking like any difficult situation that I would want to throw myself in to escape from this wasn't nearly as scary as facing it. I remember a time when I was trying to take a cold shower in the morning, right? I almost broke down crying because I didn't want to do it so bad. I was so tired. I didn't want to do it. I did not want to fucking do it. But I was more scared of this, all of this shit, than I was of the cold shower. Even though I didn't want to fucking do the cold shower. The cold shower was awful, right? I was like running myself into the ground, and I couldn't figure out why it stopped working after a point. And the reason it stopped working after a point is because the fear of myself started going away, and it started lowering, and to the point where I was more scared of doing a cold shower than I was of facing my own inner world and looking at myself and being like, you know what, I don't really want to do the cold shower, and that doesn't actually affect my inherent value as a human being. Therefore, I don't have to do this cold shower to be inherently valuable as a human being, right? And that was the point where the strategy stopped working, is once you finally realize that none of this external stuff, it will make you more attractive, for sure, right? You know, going to the gym, getting disciplined, getting your money up, all of these things. But I can tell you that the most unattractive thing that you can possibly have, right, as a person, that will literally shit. Fuck me, bro. Hello, Mom.
Hello, babe.
Hello.
Are you at home?
Yes, I am. Do you need to be let in?
Yes, please.
Okay, give me like 2 minutes. I'll be there.
All right. What you doing?
I'm busy recording a video.
Oh, oh dear, sorry.
It's okay. Okay, bye, mom. I might leave that in. Okay. So as I was saying, once you realize that your inherent value as a person doesn't come from your external achievements, right? Once that fear, that self-hatred starts going away, the strategy doesn't work, right? And it's like, okay, well, Matthew, you've explained this problem to me and you've told me a whole bunch of times that the strategy I'm using right now isn't going to work. So what the fuck do I do, Matthew? What do I do? Right? You gotta use love. Yep, don't click off. Okay. Let me explain. You gotta use love. Think about it, right? The relationship you have to yourself works almost the exact same way as a relationship that you have to another person. Think about what motivates people to do things for other people, right? And it's love. Parents will take bullets to protect their children. Parents will go through hell and back. They will work 3 fucking jobs at the same time to make sure that their child gets the best quality education or start in life that they possibly can, right? Parents will grind themselves to the absolute bone to take care of their kids, right? As they should. But think about it like this, right? If you love yourself, the capacity you have to go through things for your own good goes up. And that's exactly what the fuck self-improvement is about, right? I'm willing to go through the slight feeling of negative emotion that comes over me when I close the video game and go outside instead. I'm willing to go through that for my own good. I'm willing to feel the discomfort of the cold shower for my own good, right? Because those things are good for you. I'm willing to go and exercise even though I don't feel like it. I'm willing to endure this feeling of not wanting to exercise and doing it anyway for my own good. Because I love myself, I'm willing to make sacrifices for myself, right? And in terms of the in detail stuff about how do I stop talking to myself negatively, how do I break that cycle, that's a different video, right? But this is all about the mentality. You have to realize that love is the most powerful motivator you have. And the more you love yourself, the more you will be willing to go through, right? For your own sake, for your own good. And that's the point that I've reached now, where it's like today, I was willing to go through the little bit of discomfort that it took to stop watching the YouTube video I was watching and set up this camera and talk to you. I'm willing to do that for myself and for you, right? Even though it's not the most comfortable or easiest option, the reason I'm willing to do that is because I want to for my own good. And the reason I care about my own good is because I love myself more than I did when I started this. And that's what I got for you today. Please heed this message. Test it out yourself. Try both strategies and see what works. But yeah. Love you, fat bastards.